I don't know about all of you, but the Brandon Aiyuk drama has gotten exhausting. I'm Harrison Graham, and this is 4 Verts. And if you agree with me and are just sick and tired and want a resolution to this Brandon Aiyuk situation, hit the like button on today's show. But it's kind of where we're at. Still no resolution between Brandon Aiyuk and the San Francisco 49ers, as he has yet to sign a new deal and he is yet to be traded. And I do want to get you guys caught up on the latest updates. There's a couple here. The first one is apparently Aiyuk met with Kyle Shanahan again and had a positive meeting, but there's still some details that need to be ironed out in terms of a new contract. And it's like, haven't we heard this update like 5 times now? How many positive meetings have to take place between Aiyuk and the Niners before this deal actually gets done? And oh, by the way, Shanahan, when asked after practice about Aiyuk and Trent Williams, says there's no update. You know why? Because there's no update. We're in the same song and dance we've been in for weeks and, quite frankly, months. Nothing has changed. Now, have offers been altered? Maybe. Have, there been new meetings? Perhaps. But at this point, the only update that is relevant is a resolution. Because we know that there's been trade interest. We know that Aiyuk hasn't been willing to sign offers from the 49ers up to this point. So I don't really care about getting a push notification on my phone from Schefter or whoever, or Jordan Schultz or whoever it is that says, well, they met again, but no deal at this time. To me, that's not an update at this point. When's a conclusion going to happen? That's what I want to know. And my whole point of talking about this, because I know people are probably watching, listening, Harrison, if you're tired of it, why talk about it? Well, because it's been the biggest kind of hold-out, hold-in storyline in the NFL for a team that's trying to win a Super Bowl. And 2, the reason I wanted to talk about it again today is, quite frankly, I don't think Brandon Aiyuk is good enough for this drama to have lasted this long. He's very good. Some would even call him a great player, but he's not Tyreek Hill. He's not peak Devontae Adams. Like, he's a number 1 receiver, but he's not on that level. And by the way, he's not even a top 4 or 5 most important player on his own team. Like, when you think about the way the 49ers play with their run-first mentality, physical at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football, defense, like, Trent Williams is more important, who, by the way, is holding out and remains away from camp. Like, to me, that's a bigger priority for the 49ers this year. Right now, Nick Bosa is more important. Christian McCaffrey. For this year, George Kittle. Maybe not long term, but right now, George Kittle. Brock Purdy, say what you want. Aiyuk is a more talented receiver than Purdy is a talented quarterback, but you need Purdy more than Aiyuk. I think you need Fred Warner more than Aiyuk. You could argue Debo, although I think Ayuk's a better player. You could argue Charvarius Ward. So I didn't even mention a couple other guys. And again, this isn't the let's diminish Brandon Aiyuk show, but the point is this is just exhausting. This is unnecessary. Make a decision, both from San Francisco's standpoint, but especially Aiyuk's. And here coming up in a minute, we're going to get into another report that is out there. And if it's true, quite frankly, it even points out how ridiculous this is at this point in time. We'll dive into that in a second. And I've got an idea from San Francisco's standpoint that I think they should consider as we're getting closer and closer to week 1. But if you want to support the show, show us some love, subscribe to the channel. We talk and react to the biggest storylines out there. I'll give you guys my opinions, my analysis. Season's almost here. We'll have some big game reaction, week-by-week reaction of all the action in the NFL. Guess what? It's all free. We don't charge you a penny. So join the rocket ship here, trying to get to 2,000 subscribers ASAP. All right, another report came in from Ari Meirov late on Wednesday, 33rd Team NFL Insider. He said, from his understanding, Brandon Aiyuk has a new 4-year offer on the table from San Francisco that will make him a top 5 highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. And if that's true, my reaction to that is, what the hell is he waiting for? again, this isn't quarterback where the 8th best quarterback can reset the market. It's just not that way. You're not going to get Justin Jefferson money. You probably shouldn't get A.J. Brown money. Now, if you want Amon-Ra St. Brown money, I get it, although St. Brown is much more productive in the offense he plays in. But you're not going to get number 2, number 3 wide receiver money. If this is on the table, top 5, that gets him more than DJ Moore. Like that, you should take that deal if you're Brandon Aiyuk. And the reason you should take it is you can't have your cake and eat it too, because he turned down $32 million per year from the Patriots. That's well documented. That's well reported. So you're at least telling us it's not completely about money, but it kind of is at this point as well, because you won't take the Niners offer. Like, if you wanted top dollar, you should have just gone to New England. That would have sucked. You wouldn't have won, which is why he didn't take the offer. So I respect that. Like, hey, he wants to compete. But he's basically taking it back to San Francisco like, hey, I want close to this. Well, they're not going to give you that. So pick a side, man. Like, make a decision. Do you want top dollar? Because I'm guessing New England will still give you that. Do you want a little bit less than you probably would get on the open market, but you'll still get to be a star player on a competitive team? Then stick with the 49ers. Do you really want to go to Pittsburgh? Have you watched that offensive line and Russell Wilson and Justin Fields in the preseason? Like, at some point, you just have to make a decision here. And it's one thing for the 49ers last year to wait until days before the season opener for Nick Bosa. Yeah, it's a top 3 edge rusher in Nick Bosa. Of course, they're going to pay him top dollar and negotiate back and forth as long as they have to. Brandon Aiyuk's awesome. He's not top 3 at his position. He's not top 5. He's fringe top 10. He's a very good wide receiver, but it's also a position where you can find premium players in the draft fairly easily now. Fairly easily now. So, look, this is kind of what I would do. If I'm the 49ers, I'm giving him until Monday. I am letting this NFL preseason week play out. I'll give him Monday until noon West Coast time. If he doesn't take the latest offer, whether it's true what Meirov's reporting or whatever their most recent offer is, I'm yanking it off the table and I'm saying, hey man, we'll see you week 1 or we won't. We're not playing this game anymore, because he's just trying to squeeze every ounce out of them at this point, and I don't think he has as much power as he thinks he does. He certainly has some. Certainly sounds like the 49ers have upped their offer, but he wants top dollar from them, and they're not going to give it to him. And so he has to decide. And if he wants top dollar, then tell him he'll take the Patriots offer, because at this point, they're the one team that's willing to kind of go above market for him at this point in time. And you know why? It's because they're a shitty team and they want a playmaker. You want to go play for a bad team, make a bunch of money? I don't blame you. Go take top dollar, man. But you can't do this have it both ways, back and forth situation anymore. Like, it's been too much of a drama-filled offseason for the 49ers. I'm drawing a line in the sand by Monday if I'm San Francisco, and that's how I would do it. So whether you guys agree with me or not, that's up to you. That's what I do on this show. I give my opinions on these situations, and if you're tired of the Aiyuk drama and want a resolution, I think we all can agree on that. Hit the like button, helps us out. We appreciate it. We're going to continue to pump out daily content, so be sure to subscribe as well. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll continue to monitor this story when there's notable updates.